Can derealization and depersonalization be cured? The answer is yes. And in this video, I will share the tips that helped me overcome derealization on my own. I spent 2 years feeling as if the world was unreal, struggling to understand how to cure it. However, I must be honest and say that getting help is the best option. But I do understand if you want to try it without any external help. It's very easy to believe that it will last forever, but trust me, you can change it. First, let's understand why it even happens. Although the cause is not the same, there are two critical factors in the development of those conditions: anxiety and trauma. DPDR is a protective mechanism of the brain that lowers our sensitivity in order to distance itself from the stressors. So to be clear, you are not going to heal it with common tips like drink more water or limit your phone time. In almost all cases, there's an underlying stressor that's limiting you without you even realizing it. The only way to get rid of it is to first identify the cause and second, work on normalizing your reaction or eliminating it. This condition is becoming more common because we experience a lot of stress and try to block it out rather than understanding it. This is exactly what causes the problem. I want to emphasize that until you are comfortable with your emotions, you will not be able to cure it. Being comfortable with your emotions means accepting that they may be painful and difficult, but recognizing that they are a normal part of you. It means understanding you don't have to run away from them, that you can face them. Our generation has too many ways to block any discomfort, which ultimately causes more problem than it solves. Imagine something bad happens. What did a person hundreds of years ago do? They had no choice but to live with those emotions because there was no way to distract themselves. DPDR creates a vicious cycle because it makes life feel dull, which takes away hope and makes overcoming it even more difficult. The worst thing you can do is turn to unhealthy habits. Now, let's look at how you can identify the underlying issue. One fascinating thing about the brain is that if emotions are suppressed, they become increasingly difficult to see clearly. That's why you should spend a lot more time with yourself. Breathing exercises, meditation, yoga, and many other practices can be very helpful. If you don't like one, don't force yourself. Just pick another. The idea is to focus on what our body tells us. If you experience any discomfort or anxiety while doing it, that's fine. It's exactly what we need. These are the emotions you have suppressed, and the more you allow yourself to feel and express them without judgment, the better you will get. Remember that emotional health involves managing both your positive and negative emotions and not suppressing them. Here are some rules to remember when doing that. First, it will take time, but I promise you can overcome it. Second, never judge any of your emotions. Understand that you're not your emotions or thoughts. They're like clouds in the sky, and the sky is you. Third, do not suppress any of your emotions. The more difficult it feels, the more important it is to accept and explore it. The most painful emotions are often what's holding you back from healing from DPDR. I also see that many people experience DPDR due to issues in their relationship. The dating world is becoming increasingly toxic, which is why you should pay particular attention to all your relationships. We are social beings, whether we realize it or not. Family problems can create many issues that may destroy our sense of identity. Damage to our sense of identity contributes to worsening of DPDR. Now, after we have identified the cause, we need to figure out how to address it. It depends very much on your situation. You either have to work through something that happened in the past and left emotional scars in form of trauma, or you need to address something that's happening right now. You either need to stop interacting with the source of the stress or explore your reaction until you understand why it causes stress. Trauma does not have to be significant. It may be something minor that happened in childhood and left emotional scars that need to be healed. An abnormal reaction is usually caused by childhood problems. So the framework looks like this. First, analyze your current environment. Second, thoroughly analyze your childhood. And third, ask yourself, what can I do? I would argue that it's worse to simply distance yourself from a stressor, especially when you're in a toxic relationship. It just needs to end. In my experience, it's not just one stressor creating problems, but a combination of issues that affect your sensitivity. You will find many stories online about people who lived with this condition for years. However, it should not stop you. Let me tell you my story. I was with my friends celebrating New Year's Eve. Everything was great, everyone was happy, but then something changed inside me. You start feeling different in a blink of an eye. You know where you are, you know the people around you, and you know who you are, but you don't feel any of those things the way you did before. I thought I'd get some sleep and it would get better, but I didn't realize it would stay almost the same for 2 years. I tried lots of methods, but none of them helped me to overcome derealization. Then I moved to another country on my own, and it got worse. I started to notice that I was much less sensitive to many things. At the time, I was in a relationship, and it was not making me happier. It was dragging me down. I also noticed that negativity becomes more apparent when you are already feeling down, exacerbating your condition. But then I realized that the only way to cure it was to start listening to every painful emotion. I did this for weeks. I simply tried to eliminate any distractions in the evening, kept a journal, and meditated on my feelings to understand myself better. After a couple of weeks, I realized that it had made a difference. But there was one final thing that stopped derealization: breaking up. I felt bad for a while, but then I started to realize that things were getting better. Healing does not happen overnight. It's a gradual process. This is only possible by taking small steps, tackling your stressors and anxiety, viewing your problems from a different perspective, and becoming comfortable with your emotions. For those who want a set of actions, make it a priority to spend enough time alone. Be patient and try not to judge yourself. Find activities that connect you to your inner world. When you feel bad, recognize that it's an opportunity for self-reflection. Cultivate a better relationship with yourself. If you realize that you need to take a big step, such as ending a relationship or moving to another place, do it. It will feel bad at first, but your life will be brighter in the long run, and you will overcome this condition. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button so that many people are able to cure this condition. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.